Y'all know I hate to do it. You know it grieves me to do it. But Hustler, you need to take a look at this. You need to take a look at this. And this shouldn't be happening, in my opinion. It really shouldn't. Y'all know I love Hustler. I love them. But y'all also know I'm honest now. And I think what we got here is an issue that it's raining, man. The issue that shouldn't be happening. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clenny Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. Back at you with another video. Gonna talk about the Super S. Super S and the problems that I'm having with the Super S. So I guess in order to do that, I got to get out from under this air condition and get up here in the heat. Show y'all what we got going on. Stay tuned. All right, I think I already had this in another video. This pipe just broke. So this pipe is used to, all you do with this is pull back. You just pull to move the deck and set the deck height. And then, so that's broke. That's not supposed to come off. Then you have this little mechanism here, which has a spring, and you push it down and it's got a little device that locks there. That's how you lock it at transport height. So this piece has no pressure on it. So that broke to begin with, then this broke. This piece has absolutely no pressure on it unless it's in transport height. This piece here has no pressure on it unless you're raising and lowering the deck. All of the pressure is on this piece of steel here where you got this deck height adjustment pin. So I don't know what the deal is on it. But here's what I got. Here's my new stuff. And actually I got one more piece in the truck. Let me grab it. All right, so now that we got this out, the gun, we're gonna call it. Huh? The gun, man. They told me at the dealer that everybody that walks in grabs this like a gun. So can you see that? Hopefully. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we got that. And what happens is this spring goes in here. That piece goes in there. All right. And that's what gives you your, see how that's doing? All right, and then let me try to set y'all up right here so you can see it, hopefully. Then you got this little piece, and it goes in here like this, and that just screws in. Now, I'm not going to screw all this together yet, and I may have this turned the wrong way, but in fact, no, that's turned the right way. But you got to put all this together once it's in, so I can't put it together yet. And so that adjusts the height, and that locks it in transport. So you push this down, you pull it back, you let it go, that holds it at transport height. All right, so what happened, I don't know where this piece is, because as you'll see in a minute, on my old one, the threads broke off right here, which means this was screwed up on there, right? This was screwed up on there all the way, and it broke right between this and the threads. Now, I say I'm calling Hustler out. And the reason I'm calling Hustler out is because that doesn't have any pressure on it except in transport mode. I'm not saying this is a faulty design. I would say at a minimum, the one that I got was faulty. Now I'm going to show you something else. On the old one that we're going to take off, you're going to notice that the whole thing is welded. On this one, there's only, it's a spot weld. I mean, it's a big spot. And they did weld it on opposite So where it's welded here is open on the back, where it's open here it's welded on the back. But anyway, we're gonna get this thing out. Now, I think I mentioned this in another video. This is a warranty issue. And somebody might say, well, shouldn't the dealer be doing this? I mean, if I wanted to take this to the dealer, he would swap this out. I mean, that's not an issue. But I think all I have to do is take out this bolt and set the deck down on something where it can rest, no pressure on it, and that's all I need to get that arm out. And my point in saying that is I believe, I might be wrong, I may change my mind, I may load this thing up on a trailer, but I believe that I can change this thing as fast as I can take it to the dealer. You know, and that's the first thing. The second thing is, as I mentioned in another video, my dealer, you know, if I walk in with a trimmer and it won't crank and it's got some trash in the carburetor or something like that on it, you know, a lot of times he'll pick that thing up, have it back running in 3 minutes or 10 minutes while I'm standing around at the counter talking, and you know, then he hands it to me and says, see you later, you know, or come see me is actually what he says. And that's his way of saying, I'm not charging you for that. So, you know, that's, to me, that's one of those things where you help each other. So let me get me some tools out, get this deck set down on these bricks I just slid under it, and then I'll show you what we're doing. All right, looks like all we're gonna need is 3/4 for this. All right, so what I'm having is a little height issue. At first I had it up here. This bolt was coming out and it was hitting there. Now if I set it all the way down, it's gonna hit there. So what I got to do is get something not as tall as those bricks. So let me grab a couple of pieces of 2x4. All right, I went one piece of 2x under that wheel. That seems to get me where I'm gonna have clearance right there, I think. So so here is the old one, broke there and broke off there. Here's the new one. See those threads? I got the spring in this one, so I'm having to push it down, but that's at about the same place that one is. And again, that is for this piece to go in. But you got to put it all together and then put this in. And they got a hole in the top there where you just screw it down. Screw it in threads. Screw into here. So gonna be a pretty simple. I'll show y'all that spring just in case you want to see it. There it is. Nothing wrong with it. I didn't order a new one of those. Everything looks to be aligned here, and I'm hoping I can take this grip off, yeah, and reuse it. So anyway, you do have in here, you've got like a little bush in here that goes between these two, you know, and you just don't tighten them down super tight. So I'm not worried about a torque spec. You got a little bushing right here and in there that the bolt goes in to make it right there, just to make it, that just takes the weight off of it, or it makes it slide easier. So not worried about any torque on here. You just wouldn't want to over tighten them. I'm sure it probably has a torque spec. All right, so perhaps they do have a torque spec, but because they have this bushing that goes through here, you see that is tight. That washer is tight. And this washer on the back side, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but there's a washer back here, and it's the same thing. It's tight. The nut tightens against the washer and tightens against this bushing. That's a bushing between here that sticks out, and that washer hits against it. So there's no way to tighten it so much that can't hit. So all of this stuff here is designed, see, all this stuff is designed to be a little bit loose. Even that, okay, is going to be a little bit loose. All right, so you don't have to worry about over tightening it to the point that it wouldn't move. Which reminds me, those are some good points to keep, not greased, but sprayed with a lubricant. All right, you drop that in. It goes to the bottom. Drop that in. And now you're going to see those threads sticking out under here. And this piece has to go in, turn this way, those threads up, because what it does is it catches there. It's rounded to roll past here and catch. See? Round, catch. All right, so I apologize for the camera. It's hard to get the right angle here, but and those threads are pretty doggone tight the way that goes in there. But as you force it, it will screw on the end. So what I got to do now, and I don't have one out here with me, is I need to get something I can stick through this hole and turn it to tighten that. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put in transport and show you. All right, so that's locked in, and now what we need to do is tighten it down. So let me go I'm just gonna get a Phillips screwdriver and stick through here where I can turn it. One of the things I did do is take some old oil I got here, and I dipped the end of that in it just in case, you know, I don't want that thing to lock up for some reason, so. And the plan is to put this in here. And of course that's gonna hit. So anyway, but yeah, that's tightening down really nicely. Oh yeah, I think that oil helped out for sure. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take and drop this thing and get it out here away from everything. Take the parking brake off. We'll set you up there. This thing can't really turn because of where it's located at. One thing you don't have to worry about is this coming out, because where it's at in there, it can't it can't really come loose. Can't turn. It can only turn just a little. Even in the run position. Then of course, when the deck is at deck height adjustment or transport height, it's locked in on either side. Now I can tell you, see, I think this transport height should be taller. See how much you're not catching much there, and I can already tell that spring's getting weak, and it doesn't want to push this back up maybe as well as it should. So anyway though, it's back up, it's back where it needs to be. It's working like it's supposed to, so I got to get the hand grip off the old one. I don't know how hard that's going to be. I didn't order one. Nah, I don't need one. That's coming off. I knew this moves sometimes on the piece, so I didn't think it would be an issue. I don't want to put any oil or anything on it though. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can set y'all over here somewhere, just so you got an idea of how this thing operates. All right, so let's say I get to the job and this thing is, I'm cutting at 3 inches. Emergency brake has nothing to do with it. I pull back, I let it go, right? That's hitting this pin. That's 3 inches. When I get ready to get rid, just pull it back and it locks, okay? Transport height, there we go. So, that's it for that. It is fixed. That's it, we got it back on, and I got another project due on this, but again, I'm gonna make that another separate video. So, anyway, hey, I appreciate you watching. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him. Hope you have a great day.